Hello all, I'm back again. This time I'm going to be using these watercolors that I swatched in the last video. I've already sketched out a face that I found on Pinterest. I'm not actually referring back to it now. I will just do how I want. I'm working on a kneadable eraser so that I can make it lighter. I'll go ahead and spray my watercolors here. Just to get a chance to soften up. Okay. All right. So you just take your kneaded eraser and you go over it. Just roll and it'll take the excess, make it much lighter so that I've got a loud street here. Make it much lighter and then you can just kind of do what you want and it's not going to interfere with the watercolor. I did this a little dark. I used a 4B pencil instead of like a 2B. It was not a 2B. Let's see here. I have, okay, there we go. There's this. Now, I'm going to take my, let's see, what am I going to start with? I think I will start with, well, a little bit of, I guess this is a decent skin tone here. All right. And let's see here. Yep. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this right there. And I should probably add just a touch of maybe the pink. No, pink would be too much. A little bit of this. Okay, here we go. That's more of a shade color, but it'll work. Okay, and this is just a really quick video just to kind of get some of this in. I did not wet the paper beforehand. I'm just going straight in, wet on dry. Probably should have wet the paper, but that's okay. I am not a watercolor artist. Not, although I am trying to get better at it. And so to get better at anything, you gotta do it, right? So here I go. And I'm gonna go ahead and just try to keep any hard edges from forming here. Try to keep a shadow part and a light part. Sorry, sometimes I forget to talk. I don't think I have that problem in face-to-face, but you'd have to ask someone else. Let's see, okay. So right now, I'm just going in and laying in the basic, just kind of playing with these colors, seeing what I need to do. It's still in there, right? Yes, okay. Seeing what I need to do to to get it, get a good skin tone here. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and add in a little more of this, pink. Give a little bit of that was still quite wet. Here's my thing here. Okay. Watercolor is a very difficult medium, but it's also very forgiving, or it can be very forgiving. Let's see here. I'm just adding in some more of that pinky color to just kind of add a little bit of life into the face. Let's see if we can add a little bit of water here. Kind of blend that out a bit. That's a little too much. All right, yeah. No, I don't want to get too much red in her face. I have to pick up some brown, bring back some depth. But I will say I am liking it for what it is. It's not a masterpiece. It probably won't end up being a masterpiece, but it is good to treat every piece. Well, all right, you want to treat them seriously to learn, but you also don't want to take it too seriously so that you're intimidated by your own practice. You don't want to be intimidated. You don't want to be intimidated by the supplies or by, spending your time on it. You want to end up with something that you can be proud of, or at least that you learned something from. And if you can do that, then it's a successful piece. Right now, I'm just, I always struggle to keep talking and, to say something worth saying while I'm painting. But, it is what it is. Just go for it, and then figure out what you liked, what you didn't, and work to improve it on the next one. See the things that you can improve, and see the things that you don't necessarily want to do the next time, or things that you do want to do the next time. Is that suitably cryptic enough? Okay. It's not my intention to be cryptic. It's not here. That is a lot of water, a lot of green pigment. I will have to lighten that up there for a second and try to do it without spreading it all across her eye, because of course in watercolor you want to preserve your whites. You can go back in with white gouache, which I might have to do there, and sometimes that's just a happy little accident. Sometimes I really like to keep those drippy parts. I do like drippiness in my work. But of course you have to decide when and where you want to add that, and try to do it on your own terms. I say try. I think anyone that's tried watercolor can attest to the fact that you can only try. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to go in with a little bit. I don't want that too, not too much. Squeeze out a little water here. Okay. Do this without totally flooding the eye. And apparently I'm not that good at it. But like I said, watercolor is not really my medium. I just want to learn it more. I want to get better at it. And so I will keep working at it. That's the only way to improve. And don't worry about perfection, as Salvador Dali once said. I believe it was Salvador Dali. So that's who I've seen it attributed to. Don't worry about perfection because you'll never attain it. All right, I think I'm going to go in with some brown and some of this ochre. I hate mixing my colors on here. Okay, but I did it, so, you know, there you go. And I'm going to, wow, that noise in the background is the TV. TV is being watched. Alright, let's see here. And I would say, you know, you don't really want to go in with a heavy, right, well, unless that's what you're looking for, you don't want to go in with a really heavy pigment load on your brush when you're doing brows. But again, there I go. I'm just going to kind of add in a little bit of this chestnut color. Just going to fill it in, and then I'll go back in and add some depth to it a little afterwards. All right, that is very red. Let's see here. All right, wow, that TV really is very loud. I apologize for that. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, and right now I'm just laying in some more color here. I might change her hairstyle. Not sure yet. Okay. And normally when I do watercolor, I will go back in with colored pencil, but I haven't decided if I'm going to do that here yet. I think I probably won't, just because I want to use just these supplies. I want to get used to using these supplies. And so, there's this. Let's see, yeah, that TV is very, very, very loud. Very loud TV in there. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I am, when you're working wet on dry, like I am right now, you can have a tendency to get a lot of hard edges, which can be good for detail work, but it's not good for more expressive work. I don't know. And there, of course, you know, there are exceptions to everything. There are people that can get extremely expressive, amazingly expressive with very tight work. It's all in, you know, what you're looking for and how you're going about it, of course. It's with it, everything. And I tend to like these smokier looking eyes. All right. Been going about 15 minutes, 16 minutes. Okay, I'm trying to make this a fast one because I'm very good at I'm very good at stretching out my videos too far. Though, I mean, I'm doing what I want to be doing, so I think that's fine too, ultimately. Okay, let's add in some lip color here. And I tend to go for dramatic eyes and lips. That's my MO. These do leave a good stain down. That is something they are very good at. Okay, let's see here. Add in a little bit of all right. Yep. Okay. Okay, that was a mistake. Not a happy accident. Okay. But, as always, things can be fixed. You don't want your eyes to be pure white, but unless you're looking for something very emotion driven, you probably don't want to make them pink either. Emotion or sick. I tend to go for a lavender tone to the eyes, to the white of the eyes. It gives the right type of punch, I feel. All right, let's see if I can loosen this up a little bit. Eyebrows are a little too for me right now. All right, let's go ahead and add in here. Go back in there, add a little bit of shadow in here. And now I need, let's get some of that gray, that gorgeous dark gray. Stick it in for the pupil of the eye. Kind of bled in. That doesn't really bother me, because that's a lot of water, as I tend to go for, like I said, more dramatic eyes. But of course, if you have too much water going in, you're just going to end up with a weird mess. If that's what you're going for, awesome. If it's not, back it up. And that is what I'm doing right now. Again, they're probably experienced watercolorists. Well, I know they're experienced watercolorists that would look at this and say, oh, heavens. What the heck are you doing, child? And to that I'd say, I'm playing, I'm painting, I'm learning. I'm being pretentious? I don't know. All right. I think I need for that to dry because I don't really want, I want to add more depth to that again, but I don't want to I don't know. Well, I do know. I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm not really good at saying it. Do, 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 do. Not the best with words. And that is an outline that I did not mean to put there. But you know what? Like I said, it all just kind of happens and we move on. And this is a sketchbook. It's meant to play in, it's meant to learn. Let's add in a little bit of, or not. Let's not add in a little bit of that. Okay, what am I doing here? I think I'm gonna go ahead and put in some kind of, I'm gonna do this next brush here. I haven't used this one yet. I may as well. All right, so here I'm gonna put in, where am I gonna go? I think I'm gonna put in some of this dark green. Let's put that in here. Right, and that is really not enough water. Hold on here. Squeezed out a little water, a little too much water. Now I can practice lightening that up a bit. These are very fun to play with. I will say these are really fun watercolors to play with. Again, these are the Sakura koi. That's a gorgeous green. Okay, yeah, that's better. And you know, with clothing, I don't know. It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something tight and detailed, realistic, you can definitely do that. And if you're not, you can definitely not. I feel like I'm being very obvious here. I apologize. Okay. What else am I gonna put in here? Well, you know what? Yeah. Why did I pick up more pigment? Why did I do that? I was not thinking. Let's add a lot more water here. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to spray it. Yeah, I'm just gonna spray. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna spray. Embrace the runs. Okay, and then we're just gonna lay in some of that dark green in here. I said, embrace the run, the runniness. Kind of lay it in. That really is a pretty color. Maybe not so much of the run that goes, because this isn't a sketchbook. I didn't stretch the paper or tape it down or anything. I didn't pre-wet it, so it's going to buckle. It's going to I mean, it'll dry flat because this is a quality watercolor paper. Even if it is in a sketchbook, it is a good quality paper. Now I'm just going to add in a little more darkness here. All right, now where am I going to go from here? I think from here I need to add, now you don't want to do, unless you want a muddy mess or a nice gray, you don't want to mix your complementary colors. In the case of green, that's red. If you mix green and red, you're going to get gray, or you're going to get mud, depending on how you do it, and depending on if you've mixed the right green with the right red. You don't want to mix cools with warms and vice versa. Well, cool with warm, you don't want to mix those. It's the same thing. It's 149. I can't remember, and I have that in the back of this book, so I can't actually go in and look at it. Oh yeah, this is that blue. Yeah, I like it. That's nice. Okay, there's the blue. Let's add a little more of that right up here. Yeah, I like that. Add a little more depth back there. Okay, it's kind of fluffy looking. Maybe a little too fluffy looking, but Okay, and I have stretched this out 28 minutes again. I'm so sorry. But again, I'm not really sorry because I'm playing and I'm having fun, and I hope you're enjoying following along. Hope you pulled something out to work on so we can be painting together. This is really, it's really nice to be able to be somewhat social, and yet not, because we're not actually, we're not actually physically with each other, but we can enjoy painting together. And I always think that that's an amazing thing. That's something I like to do with my friends as well. Like, we can't, we'll be in opposite ends of the country or the earth, or even just opposite ends of the city, and we can still paint together, enjoy each other's company, and also accomplish something at the same time. It's really nice. It's one of my favorite things about being an artist. Okay, let's see here. What else am I looking for? I could add more color into her face. I could add blues and greens and purples, but I'm just playing with these with these watercolors, trying to figure them out, trying to learn them. I think that might be a mistake if I do that. Let's go ahead and add it down here. Yeah, that's better. That's almost too yellow though. I mean, it's bringing in a lot of, draws the eye, I should say. And that's good if you want it, and not so good if you're not looking for that. But you know what? I'm gonna just kind of lean into it and enjoy the process, because everything you do, you're learning something. Even if you don't end up liking it, then you've learned something. And I actually have to say, there's not much that I don't end up liking for whatever reason. I mean, I've just because I learned something, and therefore it imbues a sense of beauty to it for me. Okay, my phone shut off, and so I lost the last bit of that, but here's how it turned out. And what I had said at the end was that I am going to let this dry, and then I'm going to go back in with I want to go back and color with colored pencil on the actual face, and maybe I will, just because. But I'm definitely going to be going in probably with colored pencil in the background, and then I will use some of these ink pens to add some detail to the hair and the well, overall, just add detail, make it more of a drawing than a painting, and we'll see where it goes. And maybe I will do a video of that. Maybe I won't. Who am I kidding? I probably will. So I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for following along with me. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day. Bye.